to treat yourself to a cold beverage but want to focus on wellness and maybe avoiding alcohol, Nashi Orchards out on Vashon Island creates award-winning ciders and non-alcoholic perries, which we're going to get the scoop on.
Oh, how exciting. Okay, so today we are learning how to create some delicious spritzers with the recent releases, and we are joined by co-owner Cheryl Lubbert. Welcome.
Oh, thank you guys for having me. This is really exciting.
Oh, awesome. Okay, so Nashi Orchards, with your husband, you own that together. So tell us a little bit about how it started and the meaning behind the name.
Well, my husband and I were looking for a place to live where he could get to work in Tacoma and I could get to work in Seattle. So Vashon was perfect. And he's an architect. And so he was interested in a beautiful home. It was Japanese. It actually looks like it is in the Japan countryside. And it came with an old, dilapidated Asian pear orchard. So we thought, how bad can an orchard be? Well, when you water it, you give it some feed. Oh, and by the way, you put fencing up. It's amazing how you get tons of fruit.
So if you take care of it, it grows.
Amazing, right? Exactly. And so what happened was we didn't know what to do with all the fruit. So he started fermenting it. And no one was fermenting Asian pears at that time. So a business was born. And so that 13 years later, he's won tons of awards for his perries and his cider all over the world. And so, you know, you buy a house, comes with an orchard, and next thing you know, you have a business.
That's so wild.
So, yeah, absolutely. And you know, you might be wondering what nashi means. Well, nashi is pear in Japanese.
Wow.
Exactly. And so a funny story is we didn't know what to call it, and we saw on our landscape plan that came with the house existing Nashi Orchards. So the brand was automatically just handed to us. Sometimes it's serendipitous.
That's so cool. I love that.
Really
and
fun.
We got to talk about perries because this is the first I am hearing of perries. So what is a perry? How is it made?
Okay, so perry is, so you know how cider, apples, right? Well, perry, pears. That's the way to think about it. And in fact, perry is not something I made up. The first time I presented it, people were like, never heard of this. Did you make it up? No. It actually has been around for hundreds of years in countries like, you know, France and Austria and England. And it's just something that's new because our cider culture in the United States is fairly young compared to Europe.
Wow. Okay, so I want to get right into it.
All
so
right.
Let's start working.
All right. Well, so we came out with a non-alcoholic because of the big wellness focus that sort of everybody has. And so we came out with the first, obviously, Korean giant, perry. And this is non-alcoholic. It has a little bit of sweetness, but just so you know, just like our ciders and perries, we don't add any sugar. And so one of the things I like to do is something super simple. You could have this on its own with a squeeze of lemon over ice, and it's perfect.
Nice.
But, you know, you want to elevate it a little bit. So, you know, I would take a couple blackberries. And right now, blackberries are so in. I mean, you can pick them on the side of the road on Vashon.
That is true.
And literally, right? And literally, you just want to muddle those up a little bit with that rosemary, just enough to release some of those oils. And super simple. Then let's add a little bit of ice. And your mocktail spritzer cooler is almost done. It's really that easy because you just add that, and then you basically put a little bit of this on top. And it gives you a nice, light, sparkling, pretty color, and
it's beautiful.
There you go. So really
Can I have
pretty.
a little sip?
Oh, do you want me to make two?
You're gonna make another one.
I'm making another one.
That'll be for Carly. Okay.
Yeah. So.
Ooh, and the fruit really elevates it too.
Yeah.
This is so yummy.
And there's no added sugar, but that's all just the natural sugar from that fruit.
Even better.
Even better.
You also have another flavor of perry. So kind of tell us where this one's from and what is kind of the difference in flavors here?
Okay, so that's an Asian pear, Korean giant Asian pear, 100%. This one is actually from our orchards in Hood River. So you know how I bought a house and it came with an orchard?
Yeah.
Well, then we needed more fruit, so we went and found an orchard, an organic orchard in Hood River with the best views of Mount Hood you've ever seen.
Oh my God.
Quite frankly, the luckiest fruit on the planet. And what we did is we got a lodge that came with that, Sakura Ridge. And so we took the fruit from that orchard and we made another non-alcoholic. And this one's Dianju. And so to make this really quick, simple syrup, to make this spritzer, literally lemon juice, water, sugar, lots and lots of ginger, right?
Ginger. Good for the health.
And then my favorite part, mint. Now this is a weed practically. In fact, here, oh, smell how good that is. Just crush that.
Oh my gosh.
I
So
Smell
love
how
it.
good that is.
Beautiful. Let's see.
You're right, though. It really does take over a garden.
Oh, it does. It's a weed.
It does.
So you crush the mint, basically fold it in half, and you know, and really to get the oils out, put it in there, and then we'll heat it up. And then once it's comes, you've kind of gotten rid of the, it's kind of become a syrup. Basically, what you can do is then crush some more mint, and then use that as your cocktail.
I love it. And I'm so excited
TV
to try
magic,
that.
we have it here to try,
We sure
okay?
do.
Beautiful.
Oh, I love that.
Yeah.
I would absolutely order
Just
that if it
a
was at a
little
restaurant.
teeny bit of the syrup and a little bit of the perry on top, and it's a fabulous
We
drink.
are
Thank you
so
so
happy
much.
that you came to visit with us, okay? And we posted more info on Nashi Orchards
Yeah.
up on our website, fox13seattle.com/studio13live.
Yep. And